Beautiful afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Gonna hit a few colonies with my oxalic acid vaporizer. Kind of want to give you a full-on start to finish here. This is how I store it. Need to clean it up a little bit, I know, but slap on a battery, turn it on. It gets up to like 444 degrees. These are my plungers. I have 2 of them. I'm thinking about purchasing another oxalic acid vapor. The new one, the compact one, for time's sake. This is nice, but 2 would be sweet. My oxalic acid was a little dry. I actually was on a chat the other night and they mentioned adding a little bit of water to it. And I did that and it was phenomenal. It made a world of difference. So if you've got oxalic acid and it's really flaky, because my problem was it wouldn't stay inside the plunger. So I just took a few drops of water, poured in there and kind of mixed it up, and oh man, that made a world of difference. So I don't know if you can see this, the temperature. I know it kind of flashes funny on the camera, but it's at 172, 174, 75, 76, and it's growing. It's gonna get hot there. But we're gonna treat these colonies today, these 3 little mountain colonies, and then I've actually got some more colonies that I recently have installed right up there on top of that. Eventually these will all end up there, but yeah, this is where they've been for a while, and I'm gonna move them up further so I can put more. But bees are looking good. It's a warm day, so we're gonna give them a boost of treatment, and I'm gonna peek in there and see kind of how they're doing on weight and bees. Some of these I might take to California, but I gotta check how many bees are on the frames. So it is October 20th here in northern Utah. So if you are in this area and zone, your bees should be kind of settling down a little bit. I bet their brood is getting restricted and they're getting ready for winter. You want to make sure that they have plenty of resources. A little late to be feeding sugar syrup. So if your bees are pretty light, I would suggest some sugar patties. I'm not using smoke. I just want to, I'm not going to, well, I say I'm not going to tear into it, but I kind of want to tear into it. It's a nice warm day, it's fine. Pretty good looking healthy colony right there. I've got bees all the way, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A good 7 frames of bees. These are single deeps. That'll probably be pretty good. Oh yeah, they're as heavy as a rock there. If you can tilt your hive back and it doesn't feel heavy, they probably need some more food. But that, I mean, that's a brick. I'm not even gonna get into these. I can tell from here that they're doing pretty good. I see some capped brood right down here on this frame, and yeah, I'm not gonna disturb them too much. So they're eating, they're consuming this pollen patty. I'm gonna kind of put that over here a little bit more. Better access to it. It's kind of drying out, but they'll eat it. So bees are looking really healthy. Gonna pump them full of some oxalic acid, but like I said, I want to give them just a quick look over, see how they're looking. I only have bricks and stuff on these because these are telescoping lids. My migratory lids, I don't really put stuff on them usually, but oh yeah, that's a box of bees there. I just need Stepler to get on there and say, that's a box of bees. Looks pretty good from the top. Yeah, I'm liking that. They consumed that pollen patty right up. They've got a lot I've drawn a lot of wax between there. Man, they're filling that thing up. That's a healthy looking colony right there. Let's see how it weighs. Oh yeah. I think solid as a rock. I have no problem with that one. I think making it through the winter time. I kind of want to see what the bottom looks like. They can lie to you from the top a little bit. If you look at the bottom, I'm gonna see if I can break that seal and lean them back and see from the bottom. Give me a second to adjust this. I want you to see it when I tilt it back. If I can do this without getting them too riled up. Oh yeah. That's what you want to see going into winter. That's a healthy box right there. Good deal. Oh yeah, that thing weighs a ton. Woof. I'm gonna tip this one back and see what it looks like here. I won't even go in on the top of this one. All hands on deck. Oh, that's a box of bees too. Good deal. Looking good. Let's get them pumped full of some oxalic acid. Got it over there, got it ready. Oh shoot, my thing just fell apart. I gotta stop the video. That's pretty close. It's probably done now. I'll take this down here, get that ready. Pull this out. Move to the next one. Tuck that in there the best I can. I don't get too carried away. And there it goes. If I had two, I could be a lot more efficient on time. I like this area. I like having these bees up here. It's a pretty good yard. Beautiful mountain scenery. Pretty dry right now. It's been dry all year. Utah hasn't been. We got a half-inch rain the other day, but you wouldn't tell now. I mean, it's already dry and gone. But I like this little yard. I'm gonna put some more up there and have a bigger yard up here, I think, next spring. So bees are doing good. They're looking healthy. You saw the bottom of those ones. But just gonna treat this one and then head up there and treat those ones too. There we go. Those ones are done, treated. Got some white bees there with got the brunt of the oxalic acid. Not a lot of activity going in on that one, but still pretty good colony. Use the idea of using these seed bags kind of as a foamy. I need to fold them again so I don't have all this excess. Got to try to get them to fit a little better. I seen a beekeeper use those and I thought, man, I got bags of that stuff. So I'm gonna try to use them. Well, gonna treat these with some OA. Alright, I got some colonies here that are pretty sad. They're failing. They're not going to make it. I know they're not. This is a split hive here. There's a divider right there. There was a queen in this side. I cannot find her. I've been looking for a little while. There's just a very few frame of bees. There's a little bit of resources, but not much. I don't know if the queen has died or what, but I should be able to find a queen on 2 frames. She was here at one point a month or so ago. However, she is not here now. This one over here, this side, does have a queen. I did see her. It's got a fair amount more bees. Again, very light on resources. There's the queen right here. No, you probably can't see it in the video, but point her out. Good looking queen. However, the resources that these colonies have, I do not think is going to be enough to sustain them through the winter time. There is no brood. Well, there's a little bit of brood right here, but there is no honey. There's no pollen. I mean, they're already pretty rough. I want to take you over here. I got to decide what I got to do with these. I can't just carry them on. I might just shake the bees out in front of this pallet here and let them cipher. I do have a queen in there that could be usable, but I gotta do some thinking here. I want to show you this colony right here, though. This is a colony. They've starved. They're all but dead. They're very lethargic. They're not moving. There is a queen in this, but she is... Look at these bees. Look at how they're acting. If your bees look like this right now, this time of year, they're not going to survive the Utah winter, no matter what it's like. I mean, these bees are days away from being totally dead. You can see the dead bees already down in here in the comb. Just super lethargic. I really think they've just starved. The queen is right there. not a bad looking queen, but look how slow they are. They're just struggling. There's nothing in this colony, this box. They've straight up used every bit of resource. And this is beekeeping. I'm not, you can't blame anybody for this. These are the colonies I purchased, and they were looking pretty strong, but they're just starting to, we had that cold spell, a couple cold nights. I don't think there was enough bees in there really to retain them and to keep them alive. This is done. That queen's not even, I'm not even sure it's worth using. This box over here, it's got some bees in it. I haven't looked and seen if I could see the queen yet. I need to see if I can find her. See, there's a lot of pollen right here, but the resource I'm concerned about is they don't have a lot of honey stored away, and that's what's gonna really carry them. I mean, there's the queen right there. So this is significantly better than that one. But it's still just not enough. Not enough resources to make it through the winter. I mean, these frames are empty. This frame's completely empty. That frame's completely empty. That frame. So they have 2 frames barely. And it's too late in the game to be pumping them full. Decisions. I mean, they're a loss. Do I just dump them out and go from there, or do I try to combine all 3 of these with that one that's got a fairly decent queen? I don't know. This is beekeeping, something to decide, something to think about. But this one's a goner. That one's a goner. I need to maybe go through these 4 right here. I don't really want to get my smoker out. In fact, I don't even have my smoker. And these ones are kind of testy. They're a little bit grumpy right now, so I don't know if I really want to tear through them without smoke, but maybe I will, because if I can utilize some of the stuff in these ones have all got a fair amount of bees. If I need to run through this and see if there's any queens that are lacking or something, maybe I could use that queen in one of these and that queen in one of these, and then kind of confine all these into 4 colonies here and just use what I got here. Maybe I'll do that. So maybe I'll do a little time lapse of me doing that, because I don't want to bore you with too much stuff. So the plan is to bust these open, see what they need, see where they're sitting. If they need a queen, I can use one of these queens, that queen in there. If they all have queens and are looking good, I'm just going to take these bees and put them in resources. Again, these are pretty light on resources as well. I know they don't have a whole lot of honey. They were substantially better. Wow, I can't say that word. They were a lot better than these ones were. But again, I'm not sure if they are going to survive the winter, unfortunately. So let's do some beekeeping. Let's do some looking around. Okay, so what I did was I took these 2 colonies and I took the queen that was in there with that one and I put it in that one. I put the queen that was over there in that one with this one. They both had queens. They both looked good. This is kind of an experiment. I'm going to let them duel it out. The best queen wins. See what happens. But that colony was not going to survive on its own. Neither were these 2. So I broke them down. I took out some empty frames that were in all of these boxes and replaced them with some drawn comb and stuff, so these bees have a little bit. Again, My concern is even these are probably not going to make it due to the lack of resources as far as syrup. I might get some Hive Alive patties and get them on there ASAP. I could maybe pump some 2-to-2 or 2-to-1 sugar syrup a little bit. We are supposed to have a fairly warm week, so maybe I will do that and get some feed on these girls and just go with it. But as far as bee count, there's plenty of bees in here to survive. It's just they're lacking resources. Again, these ones are bust. They're done. I'm gonna wrap that stuff up and bring it home with me and get this all cleaned up. So I will have gone from 1, 2, 3, 4 colonies to just, well, 8 colonies to 4. This one was a split box, had 2 different sides, but the one side failed. And yeah, so anyways, this is Beekeeping October. We don't have time to mess around with half colonies and, you know, weak colonies. They gotta be ready to go. I'm a little behind the game even on these, but I got them a little late in the game, so it's okay. We'll just do the best we can and see what works. Well, that went pretty good. I combined 4 colonies with another 4. They just don't have the resources to make it through the winter. I know I just kind of talked about this earlier in the video, but you know, you just gotta adapt. When you get situations like this, you just gotta do the best you can. And I feel that the best thing that I could do for those bees was combine them, and you know, numbers are gonna help them stay warm and make it through. I've got to get some. I'm gonna go make some 2-to-1 syrup and pump them on. I looked at the forecast. We do have some cooler nights, but I mean, they're not gonna survive, I don't think, if they don't get some food. I'm gonna probably order some Hive Alive fondant patties and stick them on there, but I know that's not really a problem fixer either. That's kind of a solution or a insurance more than it is, you know, preventative. Or they should be heavier than they are, but you just, oh well, gotta work with what I got and we'll make do. I'm curious to see how that pallet will go through the winter. It'll be interesting to watch them grow or diminish or whatever it may be. So that top of the mountain pallet, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that and watching that pretty close through the winter, because I'm curious. There's like I said, plenty of bees, but not a lot of resources, not a lot of nectar in them, not a lot of capped honey. So I think if I make me some thick syrup, that'll help them. So probably gonna go do that.